Good morning, children. Today we'll learn about the storage devices. Okay. The next type of device, as I told you, first you learn the input device, then the output device. The third is a storage device. Where can you store all these things? After you printing and getting out all into the monitor, it needs to be stored. Suppose you've printed any information, you may lose that information if it's just on the screen. Once you switch off the computer, everything is being lost. So you need to put it into a storage device. Some storage devices are given here. This is a floppy disk. This is a CD type. You have different types of CD, that is DVD and Blu-ray. Then you have the hard disk, which is inside your um, CPU. Then you have the RAM and ROM. These are the two type of memory uh, sticks that you have inside the computer to store all your storage. That is basically it's used for storing all your programs for starting the computer on. These are different types of pen drives. I think most of you use a ScanDisk pen drive. You have other types of pen drive. These are your storage devices. Let's learn each type of storage device. So what is a storage device? Inside the first thing what we learn is about the memory. In the computer, you have different areas where data is stored permanently or temporarily. Some data, it is stored in certain place. When you save it, it's a permanent data. When you just see it on the screen, whatever you print, and then once the computer is switched off, it goes. So that is a temporary storage area. So these storage areas are called as memory. As I told you, this is called as memory. Now we have in the computer two types of memories. One is a primary memory and the second one is a secondary memory. So computer memory, in your computer, you have two types of memory. I put here a flow chart, primary memory and secondary memory. Now first we'll learn about primary memory. In the primary memory, you have two types. One is called RAM and the other one is called ROM. RAM means read random access memory and ROM means read only memory. Let's learn in detail what does the RAM do and what does the ROM do. Here I've made a flow chart. It's primary memory. Primary memory is divided into RAM and ROM. Okay. So computer memory has two primary memories, secondary memory. Talking about the primary memory has RAM and ROM. Next slide. So the primary memory is the main memory that is in your computer. So in the computer, you have this memory that is in the CPU. The CPU has both these type of memories to read and write. So it is fixed in the motherboard. Where is this primary memory fixed? Which is called the primary memory is the main memory. And the CPU can read and write both, that is the memory, and this is fixed in your motherboard. Okay. The primary memory has two, as I told you, RAM and ROM. Let's see what's RAM. RAM looks like this. This is fixed in the motherboard. This also is fixed in the motherboard. These are called as memory cards. RAM means random access memory card. RAM is a temporary memory. That means it is whatever you type, and when you don't store it, it is called the RAM memory. The memory is stored is erased as soon as the power supply is turned off. It is volatile in nature. Volatile means it's erased. It does not stay at all. So what do we understand is RAM is temporary memory. It gets erased once the power supply is switched off, and it is volatile in nature. But whereas ROM is called as read-only memory. This memory is a permanent memory. Whatever memory that is stored inside the computer does not get erased. Even if you switch off the system, it does not get erased. The reason is that whatever memory is stored, this is all program memory that is stored in your system in the ROM memory. And what are the types of program? Like the operating system. So when you switch on the computer, what you see? The computer starts and all these instructions that are stored in this ROM, they start making your computer to work. So it holds the start instruction. That is when the system starts booting. Booting is starting and loads all these programs that are inside the computer. So ROM cannot be overwritten. It is being, when you got it from the, what should I say, from the shop itself, you have all these things loaded into the computer, then it's being sold to you. So It holds the start instruction, that is when the system starts booting. ROM cannot be overwritten. You cannot write over this. Whatever program is there, that is for the computer to start working. You cannot overwrite over by the computer. It cannot be written by the computer, neither by the user. So the ROM is the most important memory. RAM is random access memory. That is whatever you type, you can see it on the computer, but it gets erased once the power supply is switched off. But the ROM is permanent memory. It does not get switched off. It does not get erased even if the system is switched off, because in this memory, programs are stored like your operating system. So when you switch on your computer, again, whatever memory is stored in the ROM starts. It makes the computer starts. All the instructions that are stored in the ROM starts working. So it holds the start instructions, and it cannot be overwritten by the computer or by you. You are the user. The secondary memory. Yeah, primary memory is a temporary memory which can get erased. That is the RAM, and you cannot overwrite even on the ROM. So primary memory is temporary memory, and this memory gets erased once the computer is turned off. That is whenever you type any information, you want to type your project works and all, it gets erased because it does not have a storage part. So if you want to store any information, it has to be stored in the secondary memory. So secondary memory is called the permanent storage device. Whatever information is there in this memory will be there unless you want to erase it. So it is called non-volatile memory. It does not get erased. And some of the secondary memories you can see: floppy disk, hard disk, optical disk. Optical disk is your CD disk, or the compact disk, and your pen drive. Here are some pictures. Right now, most of the people, offices and all, are using cloud storage because they just can't keep on getting lots of memory because they need lots of work to be done. So they put everything into the cloud storage, and cloud storage, when it is being done, it's very safe and secure, and only who you want to share. Suppose you are having some business, you can share like the sheet of your rate sheets and all that. So the cloud storage, you see, Amazon uses cloud storage. It shows you all the information of what all you want to buy. So it has its own cloud storage. This is cloud storage, and these are some of the secondary memory. Let's learn the memories in detail. This is the floppy disk. As I told you, this was the first type of storage device that we were using. It is a permanent storage device. It's a circular disk, plastic coated, but it is shaped in like a square. Inside there is a circular disk. It's a plastic disk, and this plastic disk, it's having magnetic material here. This is a magnetic material. So as you record on this disk, the information is stored because of the magnet, and it's stored on one side. Some floppy disks have both sides where you can store the memory, your information. So let's read. And this floppy disk is just a small thing. It's like a small card. It's 3.5 inches in size, and it can just store 1.44 MB. That's somewhere around 200 to 300 pages or maybe more. So this is the memory capacity, which is 1.44 MB megabytes. Let's read about floppy disk. Floppy disk is a permanent storage. It is a circular, thin plastic coated magnetic material. It stores information magnetically on one side, or it can store on both sides. It's used for transferring data from one computer to another. You can take this floppy disk and put it into another computer, like your pen drive. And so it comes in different sizes actually, and the most commonly used size is 3.5. You have bigger sizes, but commonly used was then 3.5, and the capacity is 1.4. The next one is a hard disk. The hard disk is another storage device, but this storage device is fixed inside the computer. It's a solid round disk. It is a magnetic material. You definitely need magnetic thing to store data, and the storage capacity is 4 gigabytes to 4 terabytes. And inside this disk, you have like this metallic disk. These disks are called as platters. See, there are so many metallic disks here, many metallic disks. These disks are called as platters. So platters, they have a serial of concentric circles, and where they record the information. This circle has lines on it. These lines are called as tracks. This concentric circle, they have lines on it. You have the CD. If you see on the CD, you can see the tracks. The surface is called the segments, and there are sectors. They are divided into sectors, like this one line, this sector, another line, this sector, and so you can organize your data using maximum of this storage. So sectors are lines drawn like this. You can draw a line here. You can draw a line here. This is one sector. This 1B is one sector. This is another sector. So this is how the hard disk, and inside the hard disk, this is how it looks. So the hard disk is a storage device. It is fixed inside the CPU. It's a round solid disk, and it is having a magnetic material. And the capacity to store your information is 4 GB to 4 TB. The hard disk inner part looks like this. It is a metallic disk. This disk is called a platter, and these concentric circles that record all the information, these are called as tracks. And in these tracks, they are divided into small divisions. These are called as sectors. And this division on the surface of the platter, it helps you to record and store data in an organized way. And you can use maximum of the storage space. Did you understand about the storage device? Thank you, children. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Do your homework.